What is up, friend and fellow anti-netter? Uh, Man, what a freaking amazing weekend I have just had. But I don't want to get into that. What I want to get into is something I call the Amazonian horse. Now, this is a marketing tactic, and it is something particularly of interest for independent writers and those who are self-published authors. And this is a tactic that I have essentially enacted, and you can see for yourself with regard to my Anti-Net Zettelkasten book. And essentially, the strategy goes like this, and it's basically, I would call it a tactic instead of a strategy, but whatever, you get it. Here's what you do, is when you first launch your book, you exclusively make it available and you hype it up and pump it up and, build out your audience. This is something I talk about in my, secret private incubator, Right to Freedom, is how to go about building an audience of like a few thousand people, right? And then for the entire upcoming, several months is you want to build out a lot of hype for your upcoming book and your book launch. And what you want to do when you launch the book, because you have followed, tactics of actually building your own audience, what you want to do is you want to build out your own funnel, your own book funnel, so that you can have a direct relationship with your customers. And by book funnel, I mean you want to build out your own website. And when you sell your book, you want to basically email, when you email people about the book launch, you want to create a special link that gives people your book at a ridiculously discounted price for your book if they buy from you direct versus Amazon or another retailer. And then what you want to do is you want to have your people buy from you direct, okay? And the reason that you want to have people buy from you direct and you want to have a direct relationship with your customers is so that you can actually email them, speak with them. You'll know their mailing address, so you can mail them, cool stuff and future offers. You can write to them and sell them other products and give them other pieces of value and actually have a business. The problem with selling a book on Amazon is that Amazon owns all of your customer information. They own everything. They basically, when a person always, when they hear about your book, the first thing they're gonna do is they're gonna go look for it on Amazon, and they're gonna buy the book, and then that's Amazon retains that customer's information, and that's it. That's the end of the transaction. The customer buys your book, they read it, they go on with their life, and all you get from that is like a measly, few dollars from that transaction. That's what Amazon gives you, their royalty fees. Like it's insane, like how little of a cut, independent authors get from selling their book. And, even if you can scale that and turn that into like a pretty interesting revenue stream, which is very, very rare, I'll say like maybe 1% to 4% of independent authors can do that. They have to have an automated way, of getting ghostwriters to actually make it interesting. And that's not really a fascinating business model. What you want is a business model where, when someone reads your book, that is just the start of their journey with you. You want to create a lifelong relationship with the core tribe of people that read your books. However, and here's the key, and this is what I did when I launched my Anti-Net Zettelkasten book, is after like maybe a week or two, after the whole huge spike came and actually purchased my book directly, what I then did was I uploaded the book to Amazon, and I made the book available on Amazon. And the reason I did this is so that I can start generating reviews and get in Amazon's recommendation system and get targeted, and whenever someone now is ordering a book like Digital Zettelkasten or how to take smart notes, or building a second brain, now what pops up is, hey, customers who purchased this also purchased Antinet Zettelkasten. Well, here's what I did. I let it run for a few months, and I let myself get reviews. Like, I have like 71 reviews, and as expected, it's kind of a polarizing book where you either love it or you hate it. And the ones that hate it are usually the digital bubble graph boys and the digital PKM folk, or even old curmudgeons who have a stick up their butt and, just, I don't know, they're in book clubs and they criticize stuff for shits and gigs, okay? So I'll get a lot of 5-star reviews, and then I'll get 1-star reviews, right? Here and there. So on average, I have 71 reviews, and it averages 4 stars. That's fine. Whatever. It is what it is. It's good enough. What you don't want is, you don't want 1 stars, right? 4 stars is fine. I would love it if it was 5 stars, but whatever, okay? And if that's all it really takes, you want a 4-star or 5-star type of book. Then what you do after a few months, after you've gotten into the Amazon's, after you've kind of greased up Amazon's recommendation engines, you'll start to get recommended to, other similar audiences to you. What you then do is it's a tactic I call the Amazonian horse. And the concept comes from that of the great ancient Greek mythological story involving the Trojan War, wherein the Spartans gift the city of Troy a Trojan horse. And that is essentially what breaches their impenetrable walls. However, once that Trojan horse, a massive statue, right, as an ode to Troy, enters the cities, who is hiding in that Trojan horse are individuals that then escape and then break open the gated, walled gardens, the walled, garden of Troy, to let the other Spartans in. So there's Spartans hiding inside of it, okay? You get this. You probably know of the story. Well, that is the Trojan horse. That Amazonian horse is something that I have coined. And what you do is, after you've greased up the recommendation engines of Amazon, after your book has been selling, meaning after your book has been selling for about 2 months, and you've got 70 reviews, and you're starting to get recommended to similar customers, what you then do is you go into Amazon's KDP platform. This is a platform that self-published authors use, to publish books. And you basically mark the book as don't print anymore. It's out of stock. And you basically pause it and you say, no, I no longer want to sell it. However, before you pause it, what you do is you go into the description of the book. And this is the thing people read, whenever they click through to the book. And what it will say, and what you'll edit it to be, is essentially, it'll say, as of this time, this book is only exclusively sold directly on my website at a 76% or whatever percent discount off of the Amazon retail price. Then what you do is you link to your special discount page where people can buy from you direct. And if you navigate over to the Antinet Zettelkasten book, you'll see that I did exactly this. So what happens is, I essentially have free advertising inside the gated walled gardens of Troy, aka the walled gardens of Amazon, where they don't let any of their, publishers have a direct relationship with their own customers, which is ridiculous. Well, guess what? Now I'm getting recommended for free, without having to do anything, without having to pay a penny, to readers of Building a Second Brain, How to Get Smart Notes, all these related niches and audiences. And they go to my book, they click, and they see, oh, it's out of print. But they're curious. And so what do? They end up reading the description. And in the description, it gives a few lines about the book, and then it says it's only available on the special offer, the special link, which you can find here, which you can get it for 76% off. And they navigate over there and they purchase my book. And then I have a direct relationship with my customers. And then I'm able to, essentially upsell and add other products to their order. If they want, they can opt in and all that other stuff. So it's a pretty it's something that I've never really seen or heard people talk about or people do, but it's been working amazingly for me. Like my book sales of direct have skyrocketed in the past 2 months, two or 3 months since I've done this and introduced, unleashed the Amazonian horse into the gated walls of Amazon. And yeah, it's an awesome tactic because here's the deal. Books are just essentially like tripwires. They're just like entry points into your world. And the problem with Amazon is that, you never end up having a direct relationship with your customer. So, and if it costs me in the grand scheme of things, a little less in terms of gross reader count, that's fine, because my actual gross number, meaning my actual total number of direct relationships with my customers will increase significantly, by a factor of 10, right? And I would way rather have a direct relationship with, 10,000 customers than 20,000 readers that are faceless, nameless, and I'll never hear from again, right? Or even yeah. So anyway, that's the little bit of an overview of the Amazonian horse. So hope this gives you an idea, and always remember to stay crispy, my friend. Peace.